Oh, I'm live now. Alright, so those who are following me on my other social media pages, you all know that sadly I cannot do my YouTube video. Let me flip the screen. Yeah, so that's what I got. So I can't do my YouTube. Can't do YouTube stream today. So we'll work it out. We're gonna work it out for maybe tomorrow. I'll do another video. All right. So let me see. Make sure you all can. All right. If my phone falls, don't laugh. Okay. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about my current favorite indie book series by well, let me show you the books first. My indie author shelf is the top shelf. Wait. All right. So we are going to be talking about these two books, The Dragon and The Way Station. Okay. So both books are by the same author, Dustin Archibald. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. And for those who might be wondering why is my shelf so barren, because you all got to send me your books. All right. I got a whole bunch of traditional author books all the way down. I have 2 trunks. I'm not going to show you that closet because it is probably going to be a little embarrassing. I definitely buy too many books. But I have 4 more indie author books at in my bedroom where I do most of my reading. So yeah, even with 4 books, it's still bare. It's still bare. So if you are an indie author, send me your book links. And if you definitely have the funds to send it to me for free, then that's even better. At least guarantee that I can at least read it. Okay, so let's start. So Asha Anderson, The Dragon, is the first book in the series. I'm not positive if there will be a book 3 or etc., book 4. Hopefully there will be. I'm pretty in love with this series at the moment. So let me see. Let me read the back cover and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. So it says, "We are chaos. We are anarchy. We are the dragon." The girl, 14-year-old Asha Anderson, had the perfect life. Friends, family, a home, before her mother died. Before the accident. That's when she changed. That's when she became powerful. The city, Ascension's Cross, is a technological... Let's do that again. Ascension's Cross is a technological paradise. Keep going. Electric cars swarm the streets. Robots perform the most menial of tasks. And the sky is filled with light. It's almost perfect. Almost. The Dragon, the cult, recruits teens and adults alike, stealing, planting bombs, and wreaking havoc. But is there more to their violence? It will fall to Asha to stop the dragon before Ascension's Cross is lost to the chaos. In the end, the city and the world will never be the same again. Yeah. So with this book, I would definitely say the cover, back cover definitely explained and touched on the various parts of the book really well. And that's one of the things I look at when I look at an indie author book. I know, well, with any book, a lot of people say don't judge the book by its cover, but A lot of times I do look at the cover, the front, the back, and make sure that the cover looks nice, but also that the blurb is enticing. When I buy a book, especially a paperback, I don't buy ebooks. I actually prefer a hard copy. So if I'm deciding on buying an indie book, especially, I really want to make sure that the blurb is really enticing to me. So with this blurb, it hit multiple things. I learned about the character, I learned about the city, the setting, and also about the adversaries, what's going on. So definitely enjoyed the book. And to be honest, when I first saw the title, Asha Anderson the Dragon, I really thought that that she was a dragon. And I'm still not sure. No. I'm pretty sure. She I don't know. We don't know what species, what she is, but I don't know if the author is doing like a play on things, or if I'm just not getting it. But for the first book, let me try to get the second book out of my mind, so that way I can just focus on the first book. The first book, when I read it, I thought that Asha was a dragon. If you read the book and you disagree, that was my first thought. Okay, I thought she was a dragon, and that really made me more excited to read the book, and especially with her mom. Since I thought they were dragons, I was like, why is her mom dying? Her mom, since you all already know that her mother died, she died trying to save a child, save someone. She ran into a burning building. So I'm thinking, she's a dragon. She can handle some fire. Come back, Mom, come back. Or maybe she's when she gets older, or maybe she doesn't have the same level of abilities as young Asha might. So maybe that's why the mom didn't survive. But maybe Asha, she will survive. Something like that. I don't know. But I hope the author kind of gives us more clues and hints, or directly tells us, what is Asha? What is she? I want to know. So the first book, I gave it 4 stars. In my Goodreads review, I put that the Dragon is a young adult sci-fi novel that explores loss and heroism. Asha Anderson recently lost her mother, leaving her with unresolved trauma as her father moves them to a new home and her to a new school. Alrighty, that's just, you just lost your mom and now you gotta be in a whole new environment. Whew. With her 2 new friends, Lily and Mitt, I love them, Asha is able to find courage amongst bullies in the Dragon. Asha finds that she has strength beyond understanding, which scares her, but also proves very useful, as her friends in the city are in danger from the cult-like gang, the Dragon. Cult-like gang, the Dragon. If you enjoy sci-fi novels with advanced technology, humor, self-empowerment, drama, and twists and turns, this is a book for you. So, with sci-fi, if you look at my shelf, go back, you see that I don't have a whole lot of sci-fi novels. I have a lot of paranormal, urban fantasy, definitely crime, mystery novels, a lot of James Patterson. I got a lot of Nora Roberts. Let me see. Got J.R. Ward, and now I'm going to pronounce her name. I'm not even going to pronounce her name. I'm already screwing up. So, I definitely took a chance on if I was gonna like this book or not, but I'm so happy I did, and I love this book. I definitely felt the friend, the circle of friends. Asha, Liddy, and Mick were really great. They bounced off each other. Great personalities. And towards the second book, I equate them to the trio in Harry Potter. I'll get to that later, but it's almost like that. If you all enjoyed the friendship and found family relationships in books, I definitely would recommend this novel, this book series, the whole series. Get both books. Let me see. Yeah, like I mentioned, the characters were relatable, entertaining. In the beginning, I wasn't really big on Asha. I really was more into Liddy Donovan's character. But the main character, Asha, she really grew on me pretty quickly. She did. And I think the author did a fantastic job with making Asha a realistic teenager who goes through struggles and growth before finding the foundation of who she is and meant to be. So in this book, like a lot of teenager books, a lot of young adult novels, you find the teenagers are sticking their nose in things. So with her ability, she's like, oh, okay, I can help save my friends. I can help defend my own self. And the dragon is, destroying the city, is really doing a whole lot of bad things. I don't want to give a spoiler. I'm trying to be careful. But join. Okay, I got a phone call. She decides to join in and help stop them. And Mick, mischievous Mick, he loves to investigate, get into things. So Asha really comes into her own throughout this book. So towards the end of the book, you just have to wonder when she's going to realize she is a hero. And she's an unsaid superhero. And towards the end of my review, I said that Asha's journey isn't easy or unrealistic. And I'm looking forward to reading more about Asha and her friends and seeing if she will see herself as a hero and put on her cape. I put cape. Because it's not, superheroes in Marvel, there's no actual cape. But it's amazing when I was reading the second book, The Way Station, how my review popped up about her being an unsaid superhero. And with the second book, they touch on that a little bit. The characters is they joke about it a little bit about how Asha is a superhero. Oh, we have somebody join. Hello, how you doing today? So I'm reviewing the books, the Dragon by Dustin Archibald, and I am also reviewing The Way Station by the same author in the same book series. So with the main character, she doesn't have a literal cape, and she's it's not any DC Comics or Marvel. But you soon to realize, even though she's a teenager, because of her supernatural abilities, she has a unseen cape. She's helping the city. She's deciding that it's not just about her own family and friends. She's deciding to take that step into stopping this large cult organization. And I pretty much safe to say that she does succeed, because there is a book 2. She doesn't die. So there is a book 2. And in book 2, like I said, it does touch on her being a superhero in book 2. So in book 2, let me read the blurb before I talk about my thoughts. It says that it's been 6 months since the events of the dragon, and Asha is still coming to grips with her new powers. Hoping to take the summer to decompress, Asha, Liddy, and Mick are faced with a series of unexplainable earthquakes. Soon the trio discovered the dark side of Ascension's Cross, aka the City of Lights, hidden beneath the brilliant picture of the world's most advanced city. Asha will be tested in ways she could never have thought possible and face a conspiracy that threatens to destroy her city. So you see, even with the blurb, her confidence is growing. It's her city. This conspiracy is threatening her city. So you see that she's taking more of a role of seeing herself as a protector instead of someone in the first book where everything was just happening to her and around her. So this book series takes place, this second book, 6 months after the first book events. And within just that 6 months, her and her friends are taking the initiative to go out and stop this new mystery. So with the, I'll go to my Goodreads review. So with the second book, I was mentioning in my review of the first book that the trio reminds me of Harry, Ron, and Hermione in Harry Potter. So if you definitely enjoy that close-knit friends circle and the different dynamics of personalities, again, definitely read this series. So my review of the second book was a little longer because I added in a couple of quotes from the book that I really enjoyed. So I'm pretty sure none of these are spoilers, so I'm going to read my review and maybe it will inspire you to buy the book. So I put Asha, Liddy, and Mick are at it again in the way station. Asha grows into her powers and continues to be called to save lives. She's a superhero, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm putting it out there. I don't know if the author's going that way if he writes his third book, but he should. Alright, so the Spunky Trio enjoys a new school semester after the city recovers from the dragon's attacks. The peace within the city and for the trio is short-lived as the school is hit with a strange ground-shaking event. There's a new threat. In as many young adult books, the group of friends become sleuths and try to solve and then stop the threat. Sidebar, I don't know why in every young adult book I almost read where there's a group of friends and they have to go the Scooby-Doo route and try to solve the mystery. It's like, why? You don't have a weapon. Well, in this book they have Asha and she's superhuman, so okay. But in some of the other books, they don't have a gun, they don't have no training, they don't have anything. It's like, why? Okay. But let's move on. So, Asha, Liddy, and Mick are a great team. A team readers will laugh with, cheer for, feel protective over, and at times want to slap them silly. I'm going to mention that part very soon, because I definitely had that moment myself. I wanted to slap Asha upside her head a couple of times for turning down money for helping to save her life. And I know some people might say, well, that's not the honorable thing to do, but she's transitioning into her new role, her superhero role. And she's saving all these lives, and her father are pretty much low income. They're not middle class. They're pretty poor in their living conditions. They are in a small apartment building, not in the best neighborhood, but not in the worst neighborhood according to the story. And her father's working hard, he's stressed out, and both of them just seem like they're just on hard times. And I don't suggest that the character asks for money, but when someone offers you money as a reward, I'm just saying. Her father got bills to pay, they got bills, she got stuff to pay for. I'm sure she needs a little lunch money. She could have took the money. But as a side note, for those who read it, the person who offered her the most money, it was a good reason. She probably should not have taken the money because she probably would have regretted it later. That's all I'm gonna say. Not gonna give nothing else away. Okay, back to the review. So I don't understand that part, but I'll say okay. But Asha is humble and vulnerable and courageous. She's short-tempered at times, caring, selfless, and emotionally scarred by the trauma of losing her mom and the other events that took place in book 1. So she doesn't consider herself a hero, but I do, and her friends do. So that's another reason I really cheer for this friend circle, because it's not toxic. It's so healthy, and they root for her. They're beside her. They are pulling their own weight. They are helping. So a lot of books I read, there's either a character or more than one who are kind of I'm not going to say the names of the books, because I know how the book community can be very protective of some of their more traditional favorite books, but some of these relationships and friendships in these books are just toxic, and sometimes they fix themselves throughout the book, but I don't know, some of these people I can't be friends with. I don't know, it's me. I couldn't be friends with some of them. But go back. Oh, here's a quote. She said in one of the chapters, she said, "I'm just a muscle." So in her mind, she's not thinking of herself as a hero. She's just, in the beginning, she's just like, I'm just a muscle, you know. Mick, Liddy, my 2 best friends, you all are the ones that are pushing me to do this. You all are the brains, and you know, you all do a lot, and y'all help me out. You know, I'm just a muscle. I'm just knucklehead along for the ride, and I'm helping people. But I'm helping people because I have these abilities. So she doesn't really see herself as others see her. And towards the end of the book, finally she starts to feel like, you know what? I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people. I'm good at it. And maybe I need to start thinking about doing this long term. So at the end of the book, hold on, let me see. If the quote I can read, it's not going to be a spoiler. Let me see. Okay. So it says that you both solve this mystery. I couldn't have done it without you. And then, if you're sure, then I'll help, Liddy said. But only if you're sure. I'll do it even if you're not sure, Mick added. In fact, it's probably better if you're not. Confidence gives me highs. Asha said, there's a lot we need to figure out, but I know we can do this. Then where do we start? Mick asked, rubbing his hands together. The trio stood from the bus bench and looked over the city, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to spoil the book for you. But that was the moment where I'm hoping there's going to be a book 3. The author wrote the ending as if there might be a book 3. So that scene, that last scene, it really shows that Asha is no longer uncertain. She is now saying, I am a hero. I might be a hero. Okay. I'm not very confident about what is going to happen and, you know, how we going to work this out. Like, are we about to get a bat cave? Are we going to get some sponsorship? Am I going to have to sew a new superhero outfit? So it's really cool. And her friends are like, hey, you know, if you really want to do this, you want to play the hero and you want to save the city, we got your back. So I love the 2 characters. Liddy reminds me of Hermione, and Mick reminds me of Ron. The personalities of all the characters. And if you read this book and you read the Harry Potter series, you'll definitely know why Liddy is more like Hermione and Mick is more like Ron. So it's really cool. I'm interested to see if the 3rd book, if there is going to be a 3rd book, if she is going to pretty much take over like the city. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I will say she won't have to do a superhero uniform. If she does, that'll be pretty cool. But when she goes and does her saving, when she uses her abilities, she lights up really bright. So that way, people can't see her. They don't know that it's her. So her identity is already safely hidden. So that's really cool. And let me see what else on my review. Oh yeah, I mentioned about the Scooby-Doo reference, like, and I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. So they are teenagers, but as any young adult novel, somehow they figure out how to save the day. And how they do it, if they do it in the second book, you all have to read it and figure it out for yourself. It's definitely a great young adult sci-fi saga that has really cool technology. You'll learn about, they have a light rail, and they have this system where the train is like little pill capsules. So it can be like 3 little pill capsules put together, but one will break off and stop at a station, and the other ones will go, and then you got to get on this little confinement, and then the thing will speed off to rejoin the rest of the train. I'm telling you now, even if we live for those type of advancements, I'm not brave enough to get on. I don't even get on roller coasters. So even though I really love reading about all the technology, some of it I would not be using. I will say one of the technologies that was really interesting in this book also was the what's it called, hologram system. So that's really interesting. I really enjoyed seeing it in different sci-fi movies and books. So that was also interesting technology in the book, and they have other things as well. They also have a city town that's underground. So I don't know how the author came up with that. I don't know how that would, logistically work. But reading it was very interesting, very fun, and it's a big part of the book, in my opinion. So I won't talk too much about the underground city, but the author really has a way of making the Ascension Cross City, the main city where the characters live, as a secondary character. And it's just an amazing way that authors can really do that. Trying to think of other books where the setting or a object is a character in itself. So it's really, really cool when authors can do that. Let me see. I think I've talked pretty much about the book. I read the novel. Oh, it had paused. It had got a phone call. So I'm done talking about these 2 novels. I don't know if you all who have joined have read it or not. If you all have any questions about the book series, let me know in the comments. And also, if you read the book, let me know. Have any of you all read these 2 books before? Okay. Alright, well, hopefully my review of both books will encourage you all to read it. And as I said, my indie author shelf is empty pretty much. I have 4 books in my room. You all can see my shelf. It's pretty bare. I have 4 more books that go up there, but other than that, I need more indie books. So if you know a good indie author, send their links to me, and definitely I'm going to continue to review some books. And you can follow me on Goodreads. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook. My username is the same on all of my social media, TikTok, everywhere. And also you can see on my web pages, you'll see my own books. I have a murder mystery novel called Gates Bookstore, which is behind me. And I have my latest book, Darkness Awaits, which is right behind me as well. And over there. Strange Things Await, the very first novel I wrote. It's an urban fantasy novel. So I definitely will be doing more of these. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I know my last YouTube video was probably 3 months ago. So hopefully the live streaming will, it'll let me do it tomorrow. So I will review my next indie novel. Toby, go in. Sorry. Dog mom over here. I will review another book tomorrow. So if you want me to review your book, definitely send me the link, or I can give you a way that you can send it to me hard copy for free. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends. Bye-bye. Let's see how I get off of here. Okay, end video.